It's a perfect day for football in Nashville on the banks of the Cumberland River. 55 degrees, Nissan Stadium. There is Gus Bradley, head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, third season here and trying to keep the momentum going. Tough loss last week, but a team that looks like they could be relevant for a little while. Mike Mularkey, former Jacksonville coach. Matter of fact, Gus Bradley replaced Mularkey in Jacksonville. Still has a home there, does Mularkey. He's the interim head coach here, replacing Ken Wisenhunt. Ryan Suckup will kick it off for the Tennessee Titans. Back deep, Denard Robinson. And we're ready to go here. Week 13, the NFL on CBS is underway. And Robinson will take it to the back of the end zone, and that will set the stage for the Jacksonville Jags offense, Chris, and Blake Bortles.
Yeah, Blake Bortles, we talked about it in the opening. Very impressive, certainly improved from last year to this year. Still got to see things improve. We've talked about he's a good down the field thrower, but the big thing too, I think we got to watch out for today. They do not have a short passing game, and I think that is a little bit to do with Blake Bortles and his inaccuracy in the three-step drop-back pass game. But he's going to have to be efficient against a very good secondary with the Tennessee Titans.
See, Marquise Lee in motion could be a factor today without Allen Hurns. TJ Yeldon gets the carry, and that's how the Jags get their play calling started today. Going to hear a lot about the tight ends today. Here's what it looks like up front for Jacksonville. A.J. Cann, second consecutive start. He's a rookie in there next to Jeremy Parnell. Allen Robinson, their leading receiver. Robinson is just 73 yards away from 1,000 yards this season. That's news in Jacksonville. They haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver in over a decade. Allen Robinson on the far side. Bortles looks to pass down the sideline. Marquise Lee involved right away. That is incomplete. That is a receiver that the Jags would like to get involved quickly here today. Daquan Jones up front anchors that group of Tennessee Titans in the three-man front. Got David Bass back-to-back weeks as the starter. Derek Morgan is out, still nursing a shoulder injury. And Parrish Cox, one of the best man-to-man covers in the NFL. We'll have some fun with him. Allen Robinson, he's already having some fun. Santa has arrived. December football, and it means something for the Jags. 3rd and 5, across the middle, and coming up short. That's a hit to Robinson, but short of the first down. And the Jags will punt it away, 3 and out, Chris.
Yeah, well, they tried to, it's man-to-man coverage. Blake Bortles is trying to hope get a little natural pick over the middle to Allen Robinson. Cody Sensabaugh all over it. Hey, this secondary for Tennessee, they're not a lot of household names, but a lot of really good football players. And with Ray Orton as their defensive coordinator, they do a lot of creative things.
Parrish Cox back deep to receive the punt. No Dexter McCluster this week for the Titans, as Brian Anger sends a high punt, and Cox is going to give it a try. Slips down and put down just shy of the 25-yard line. 50-yard punt, just 2 yards on the return, and there comes Marcus Mariota, Chris.
Yes, Marcus Mariota, we talked about it a little bit. So impressive as a rookie. One of the funny things you hear about from these coaches here, what's he struggling with? We take it for granted. Being in the huddle, he didn't do that in college at Oregon. He's still learning that process, but man, the future is bright for Marcus Mariota. Does a lot of good things, got work ethic, and has a presence when he walks into a room.
Just 22 years of age, carries himself very well, gets high praise from all positions, offense, defense, coaching staff. He looks like the real deal as we hit week 13. Antonio Andrews gets the first carry. And let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Titans offensively. Taylor Lewan, second-year player, a former first-rounder, has thrived under Mike Mularkey. Matter of fact, hasn't allowed a sack under Mularkey's tenure here. This is week 5 for him. Delaney Walker keeps getting better and better. Like you mentioned, Chris, in the open, his 10th year. Mularkey feels like he's competing at a Pro Bowl level right now. Second down and 8. Mariota with the play action and looking for the deep ball and overshoots his man. Harry Douglas, the intended receiver. Check the defense for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jared Odrick, 3 sacks in his last 4 games. They are desperately missing Derek Marks, but Odrick has come on, done a nice job for them, especially lately. The lean and fast linebacker Telvin Smith, one of the leading tacklers in the NFL. And Devon House anchors down that secondary. A role player in Green Bay. House now a starter with the Jags. Sets up a 3rd and 8 for Mariota. We'll see who gets this one.
False start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Gene Steratore with the first penalty, and right out of the intros, Luan with the penalty.
That's what happens when you got a young offense. I think that's one thing we'll talk about today. Both of these offenses are so young, so many young players. Marcus Mariota trying to do a dummy snap count there to figure out what the blitz is going to be. Taylor Luan jumps off sides.
So 3rd down and 13 now. Jacksonville 3 and out, and now Tennessee trying to convert. And Mariota, quick hitter, and it's in and out of the hands. Kendall Wright. And it's going to be a punt for the Tennessee Titans.
Well, you can see here Jacksonville, they only rush 3. They drop 8 into coverage. There's not going to be a whole lot open. You're hoping maybe you can throw a nice accurate throw to your slot receiver, and maybe he can run and get the 1st down. Not a bad throw. You'd like to see your receiver catch that. But Jacksonville, this is a team, they keep a lot of people at the line of scrimmage. They're going to make Marcus Mariota certainly throw into some tight windows.
So Rashad Green back deep. And Brett Kern, a line drive punt. That's going to give the explosive Green a chance. And Green finds a little bit of a window, but good field position for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll start at the 42-yard line. Bortles back on the field. We're underway in Nashville. Now 2 3 and outs get us started. Now Jacksonville with the ball once again. Good field position as they will start on the 43-yard line. TJ Yeldon spins his way free, but not a whole lot there. Now the rookie out of Alabama, TJ Yeldon. That pro-style offense in Alabama, he's been a 3-down running back for the Jags this season.
He definitely has. It's one of the advantages of coming out of a pro offense like Alabama. You get into the NFL, you're almost like a 2nd or 3rd year player as is. They were concerned about what he could do on 3rd down, but they're very comfortable with it now.
Give it to him again. And Yeldon, another short gainer. Now the Jags are a little banged up in their wide receiver core. No Allen Hurns today. If you're just picking us up, there's Greg Olson. Terrific offensive coordinator coming back to Jacksonville. Was a quarterback's coach there a few years back after a couple of years in Oakland.
Yeah, he was my quarterback coach at one point when I was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Got a lot of respect for him. He's great for a young quarterback like Blake Bortles. He understands how to fix a thrower when there's technical issues. He's got a great eye for talent. Hey, he's the guy that drafted Derek Carr out in Oakland. But he's got some weapons to play with here, and hopefully they can all stick together and grow for a few years.
And he told us, big point of emphasis, 3rd downs and red zone. We'll see. Going up top. Oh, and what a play defensively. Parrish Cox at the last moment knocks it away. That had touchdown written all over it.
Yes, well, you hit it on it earlier in the game, B.A. Parrish Cox is their best man-to-man cover corner on this Tennessee Titans defense. This is a phenomenal play. Marquise Lee, 2nd-round pick out of USC. They're trying to get him going. This is really the first stretch he's been healthy. You could see he had a step on him. Blake Bortles got to throw that ball out there a little farther.
So another punt for the Jags. Brian Anger. High spiraling punt. That's a beauty, but is going to bounce into the end zone. So Mariota and the Titans get the ball back. They'll start at the 20. We are scoreless in Nashville.
It's my house.
Yesterday, beautiful day for a parade, the 62nd annual Christmas parade, as Mariota goes back to it. Almost a pick. Gratz jumped the coverage. Headed for Delaney Walker, and very fortunate Mariota ends up with a second down here.
Yes, very fortunate. Marcus Mariota, got to see these throws. Three-step drop, just trying to throw a little quick out. But Dwayne Gratz has an opportunity to get a pick six there. It's one thing that's a problem with this Tennessee Titans offense. They don't have a vertical threat down the field. So if you are a corner, a safety, you can sit on some of their short passing routes.
And bottled up quickly. Telvin Smith, one of the top tacklers in the league, with his first of the day. Marcus Mariota, where is he right now in Week 13? Chris?
Well, we all know the athleticism, right, check mark. We knew that before we got to the NFL. Football IQ, extremely high, and you talk to the coaches, they're impressed. Accuracy, he's one of the more accurate short throwers I've seen in all of football. His quick release is lightning. This is the big question mark right there. You like that question mark? Getting in and out of the huddle, that procedure is still new to him, and it's still something that he's working on in his first year as an NFL quarterback.
Beautiful art right there. 3rd and 11, Mariota scrambling. Is he at his best? And he's got a man. Dorial Green Beckham, and a first down for the Titans, the big receiver.
Well, that's why we just checked off athleticism right there. That's what Marcus Mariota can bring to the table. And a great job stepping up into the pocket, buying some time. He throws the football on the run as good as anybody in the game. And then if they can get this guy going right here, Dorial Green Beckham, he is a huge target. He missed his last year in college football. He's still kind of going through the growing pains, but he has a chance to be something special.
26-yard hookup. Mariota to DGB, Dorial Green Beckham out of Oklahoma. And Mariota on the play action, going up top. Nobody there. Walker got caught up. And an incomplete pass. And that's been one of the topics for Mariota. He's great in the short game, especially in the middle of the field. How about the deep ball, though?
Yeah, I do think that's another area he can certainly improve on. We talked about the quick release, the accuracy, all that is great. But if there is one area physically I'd like to see him improve on, it is throwing the ball down the field, outside the numbers. Now, not all of that falls on him. They don't have those type of receivers yet as well, but it is one area he can improve on.
Well, Mike Mularkey was telling us that it's a lot to do with the style that they run, and a big run for David Cobb. We might see a lot of him today. Antonio Andrews, David Cobb, Bishop Sankey, going to be a three-man weave in the backfield for Tennessee. Mularkey was really defending Mariota as far as the deep ball goes when we talked to him, because he is so efficient at what he does inside and the short hitters. But you're right, the personnel dictates what they're going to do. They have a great tight end in Delaney Walker.
It definitely does, and I think the big thing I see with the deep throws down the field, you want to do it just to take the pressure off your offense a little. You can't always expect to go 10 plays, 80 yards and execute at a very high level consistently week in, week out.
3rd down, a yard to go, and Mariota fires a strike. Terrific catch, Kendall Wright. 1st down, Tennessee. And Mariota put some hair on that one.
He definitely did. Kendall Wright, this is a guy we talked about in the opening a little. Got to get him going, but he's a smart player. He's a very good route runner, and really he is the one guy that out of the receivers that can make something happen after the catch. I know he was disappointed with his play last week against the Oakland Raiders. I think he's looking to rebound in a big way.
Wright did not play against Jacksonville. He missed 3 games with that knee injury. They feel like he's finally back with his rhythm and timing as Mariota keep it himself, and Mariota near the 30-yard line. So he's running the ball, a lot more activity offensively. 7-yard pickup. Hey, be there for the most legendary party of the year. Carrie Underwood, Lady Gaga, Sam Smith, and many more celebrate the 100th birthday of the one and only Sinatra. It's an all-star Grammy salute you don't want to miss. Tonight, 8 Central, only CBS. Blue Eyes having a pop early here in Nashville. 2nd down, 3 yards to go. And Mariota with the count. We'll see who jumped. Gene Steratore, our lead official.
I thought it was Jared Odrick on the defense, personally.
Neutral zone infraction, defense, number 75. That 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
And another 1st down. Jared Odrick has given them good work for the run defense, and Derek Marks is lost for the year. That was a huge blow for Jacksonville, but Audric has gotten some sacks recently. He's really picked up his game. And this is a very good rush defense in Jacksonville.
Well, you can see just from this picture right here, they keep a lot of people at the line of scrimmage, makes it hard to run the football on them.
David Cobb turns a corner, powers his way into the red zone.
This is the one thing I think you've seen a big difference in with the head coaching change with the Tennessee Titans. Going from Ken Wisenhunt to Mike Mularkey, the focus on the power running game has really picked up, whether it's 2 tight end sets, 3 tight end sets, using a fullback. But it's one thing you notice when you watch the film of the Tennessee Titans, certainly some more down-the-hill running game since Mularkey has taken over.
This is the 9th play of the drive for Mariota and the Titans. And Cobb lost his footing there, and down he goes. Alu changed direction, made the tackle.
I think it's a valid point that you brought up, Brian Anderson, is just the fact that, yes, they don't have Derek Marks. He's their best defensive lineman. You got to take that into account. They don't have their 3rd pick in the NFL draft, Dante Fowler Jr., who was going to be their pass rush specialist. So this defense has the pieces to be something special going into the future.
Well, their work offensively in the red zone has been a key, but also defensively. The Jacksonville Jaguars have struggled when their opponents have entered into the red zone. 3rd down, 5, and a quick hitter again. That's Kendall Wright. So back-to-back catches for Wright, and the chains will move once again for the Titans.
This will be one of the keys to the game. Jacksonville's red zone defense and offense are not very good. And the one thing about the Tennessee Titans, they don't get in the red zone a whole lot. But when they get in here, they score touchdowns. Nice quick decision. And you see, once again, the quick release and the accuracy in the short passing game by Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, that's his strength. His QB rating is extremely high, one of the highest in the red zone, minus the opportunities. But he takes advantage of it when he's there. They'll give it to Cobb again. So after a 9-yard pickup to Wright, Cobb pushes ahead for a couple of yards. Thurston Armbrister with the tackle. David Cobb, a rookie out of Minnesota, and the running back of the future here, it would seem, for the Tennessee Titans. Antonio Andrews has done a good job for them. But they're trying to get Cobb in the mix here this week. Red zone defense for Jacksonville, backing up the numbers. Dead last touchdown percentage.
Well, I think the big thing is they're a little too predictable once you get down in this part of the field. It's something Gus Bradley had talked about a little bit. They are going to change some things up. I'm looking forward to that today. But, yes, I think quarterbacks have had a little beat on what they do as far as red zone defense.
Mariota across the middle. It's caught. Touchdown! Craig Stevens. And the Titans are on the board first. Back-to-back weeks with touchdown catches for the big tight end Stevens.
Craig Stevens, one of the better run-blocking tight ends in all of football. But I think the big thing here, again, is just Marcus Mariota's athleticism. Great job staying patient. Not an easy throw back across your body into the middle of the field. But again, nice and accurate right into the tight end's body where he can curl up and protect himself if he has to take a big hit.
Craig Stevens caught his first touchdown of the season last week and picks up his 2nd in as many weeks, becoming a target in the red zone for Mariota. Suckup bangs it through, and 7 on the board for the Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota in the red zone this year. 14 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. A 10-yard touchdown strike. Marcus Mariota to Craig Stevens. 6 rushes, 6 passes, and a 12-play drive.
Well, here's Craig Stevens. Let's keep our eye on him. The big thing there, he's going to block down, and then he's just going to pop out into the flat here. But it's a very nice job and a very good play design by Mike Mularkey. You can see the defense loses track of him once he blocks down, and Mariota makes a very nice throw.
Every tight end wants to gravitate towards Mike Mularkey, former tight end coach. His tight ends are heavily involved quickly. Stevens catches the touchdown, the kickoff, and Robinson's going to give it a go here. Bernard Robinson out to the 25-yard line. That's where Blake Bortles and the Jags will take over. Do they have an answer? 7-0 Titans. A lot of holiday spirit here at Nissan Stadium. Jacksonville takes over after the touchdown. TJ Yeldon will get the ball. And Blake Bortles and the Jags looking for an answer here. How about his mechanics at this point? Had some changes in the offseason.
He definitely did. Look at it. This is from last year. Look at how big and long this throwing motion is. You can see it there with the arc, and then compared to this year, it is quicker. It might not look like a huge difference to those at home, but the big thing is when you have a tighter motion, it allows you to be more accurate throwing the football, and certainly it'll help you with throwing the ball with power down the field. That is something Blake Bortles still needs to get better at, but he's on the right track.
2nd down and 7. Yeldon once again. And Yeldon up high, pushing the pile forward, close to a 1st down. Looks like that'll be just short, and we'll set up a 3rd and short. Jacksonville still looking for their first down of the game. Gus Bradley telling us we have to stay true to our convictions. We believe in what we're doing. We believe in the progress. But as you pointed out, developing is one thing. Developing to win is another. And there's another hump for Jacksonville
Number
to get over.
93 is reporting eligible on the play. 93 is eligible.
Alu will come in the backfield in short yardage for Jacksonville.
I expect we're going to see a straight downhill power running game right here. Oh, little play action.
Play action, and Bortles with lots of time on the run, and feathers one out to Alu. So the big defensive tackle comes up with a reception, and the first down. That's a 16-yard pickup.
Well, this is like, my old coach John Gruden. He'd call this Spider 3, Y banana, right? There you go. He's got it looking down the field for a corner route, but Tyson Alu coming out of the backfield as the fullback, catching the ball very smooth. It speaks to how talented of an athlete he is. That's why he's such a good defensive lineman as well.
If you watch the game last week, it looks like he was a target. And nothing there for Bortles. Sensabaugh blew that one up. 2nd down and 10. Hey, a reminder, you can find the perfect gift for your favorite sports fans. Team and player apparel and gear for every sport, plus free shipping when you shop CBS Sports. Shop now at cbssports.com/gift. Seen Alu in the backfield before. I know Bortles was trying to hit him last week. The pass was deflected. He gets his moment here today. Now 2nd down. And Yeldon slithering his way out across the 45-yard line down to the 44. And that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, we've talked about Tennessee's pass defense, but their weakness is their run defense. I do still think they need some bigger people on their front 7. You look at Ray Orton and his history coming from the Arizona Cardinals, always had big defensive tackles. If I'm Jacksonville today, stay patient with that run game so your pass game can open up, because Ray Orton and this secondary are very talented and creative.
7th ranked pass defense in the NFL, the Titans. And on 3rd down, a strike. Mercedes Lewis, 1st down, Jacksonville. Big body, terrific career, 10th-year man out of UCLA, former Pro Bowl tight end. Alu says, I'm ready to go again. He's still huffing and puffing over there after his reception.
He was excited. He's probably as nervous as he's been all year catching the football out of the backfield. But Blake Bortles, I think that's the big thing, too. We've seen both of these young quarterbacks. Tennessee Titans were all over that 3rd and short. Bortles' legs, athleticism are what opened up Alu down the field.
There's Marquise Lee in motion, gets the handoff. And good coverage there by the Titans. Zach Brown coming in there to clean it up. Marquise Lee figures to be part of the story today. Now, they did tell us that he's not going to be in the full packages. There are certain things they like to do with Marquise Lee, but he can be an explosive receiver, and they'd like to get him involved without Allen Hurns today.
They need to get him involved. I think for now, for the future, he is extremely talented. He's a guy that can bring explosive plays to the offensive side of the football, and he can do multiple things. He could be an outside receiver or a slot receiver. Just got to stay healthy and get some reps.
3 tight ends in the game for Jacksonville. Bortles cannot connect with Julius Thomas. And to your point about the short passing game of Blake Bortles, just the opposite of what we hear from Mariota.
It's very rare this day and age in the NFL. I think it's actually fascinating that this day and age in the NFL, with all the quick passes, the wide receiver screens, the pick plays for the wide receivers, that really does not exist in this Jacksonville offense because Blake Bortles struggles with the short passing game. You have to be more accurate with the short passing game to give your guys a chance to run, and usually the windows are tighter than if you have to throw the ball down the field.
3rd down 6. It's the 9th play of the drive after the Tennessee touchdown. And Bortles looking to the sideline, and he's got Robinson caught, and he dives to the 3-yard line. Allen Robinson, and that's where Bortles is at his best.
Right, and case in point where you don't have to be quite as accurate throwing the ball down the field, especially
of the first quarter,
when you have Allen Robinson at 6'3" with a 40-plus inch vertical as well.
Picking on Bleedy Ray Wilson, the end of the first quarter. Titans 7, Jags nothing but threatening on CBS. And a big hookup. Bortles to Allen Robinson, 31 yards, and a strike touchdown. Rashad Green. Bortles into the end zone with Green, and Jacksonville all the way down the field for a score.
Really nice play design by Greg Olsen, offensive coordinator. Their offense has struggled in the red zone scoring touchdowns. A nice little combo pick play, if you may, there by Allen Robinson and Rashad Green, but a big-time drive by Blake Bortles and company there. They needed that. They needed to give their defense a little bit of a rest after the long Tennessee Titans drive as well.
And 23 passing touchdowns in a season ties David Garrard. It's 12 consecutive games with a touchdown as well, but the extra point is missed. Jason Myers misses his 5th extra point of the year. The rookie kicker, who's been terrific in the field goal game, but the extra point, no good. Tennessee 7, Jacksonville 6. Jason Myers ready to kick it off, just missed an extra point, and it's 7-6 Tennessee. So Mariota and the Titans go on a 12-play drive over 80 yards. They score the touchdown. Jacksonville comes right back 10 plays, 75 yards. And a touchdown pass to Rashad Green. And Myers will kick it off. Chance to be returned here. And knocked down quickly. Excellent coverage by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Denard Robinson. And let's take you back to the touchdown pass.
Well, this is the Seattle Seahawks Malcolm Butler interception play. You're going to see here the receiver Allen Robinson picks, and then Rashad Green works right in there. Nice little natural pick play. Great play design. And you can see they're trying to work a combination coverage. I'm not sure who's at fault there. It could be Parrish Cox. It could have been Denoris Searcy, but regardless, Greg Olsen and company found a flaw in the coverage.
And so inside their own 10, Mariota and the Titans. And good work, good room there for Andrews. He spins and carries it past the 30-yard line. Antonio Andrews, 22, 23-yard pickup there.
Well, we talked about it a little bit early on. This is the new Tennessee Titans. It's downhill power football, pulling guard, pulling tight end, and Antonio Andrews and David Cobb, they're made for this type of ball. Jacksonville, they're a stout defense. They keep 8 people at the line of scrimmage all game long. This will not be easy, but I like the plan of attack so far by Mike Mularkey.
Well, while they're looking at Cobb for the future, maybe Andrews has been the steady influence in the backfield this year. Grew up about an hour from here. And hits his man, Delaney Walker, across the 40. And that'll give us a chance to check in with JB and Boomer for an update in New York.
Giants on the board. First play of the second quarter, Ryan Quigley, he's the punter for the Jets, punts the ball right down the middle of the field. Dwayne Harris, where he sees it, goes outside the numbers, cuts back, gets help. The Jets had a 3-0 lead at this point. The Giants now take the lead 7-3, middle of the second quarter.
Back to Brian and Chris.
All right, thanks, guys. You see where it stands in the NFC East. 5-6 at the top of the big win for Washington last week. Mariota 2nd and 2. Again, they'll give it to Andrews. Pushes his way across for a first down. So good balance for Tennessee on their 12-play scoring drive. 6 rushes, 6 passes. And it was a touchdown pass that got him into the end zone.
And it'll just make them that much harder to defend when they can get this running game going, because then that is going to open up the play action passes with Marcus Mariota, Delaney Walker down the middle of the field, and also the bootlegs to help get Marcus Mariota out on the edge where he can be a dual threat. Running game very important for the Tennessee Titans offense.
Philip Supernall in the backfield, and a flag on the play.
Hey, coach, defense number 97. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Roy Miller hit with the foul, and a couple of times today Mariota has been able to get a Jacksonville Jaguar across the line.
He has, sounding like a veteran up there underneath the center. But you know what, we were about to see a play action, maybe a deep ball type throw right there. I was actually disappointed that they blew the whistle. That could have been one instance where they could have maybe let the quarterback go and let the play go.
Dorial Green-Beckham is the receiver on the far side. He is their big play weapon. Mariota play action. Got some time. And across midfield, Andrews, who's excellent out of the backfield. And another first down for Tennessee.
Oh, man. Marcus Mariota, very nice play, certainly. But I do think he had a chance right here with Dorial Green-Beckham going right down the middle of the field. I don't know why he didn't pull the trigger. Maybe he couldn't see it.
Well,
but you can see he pops open there for a chance for an explosive play. But hey, if you're not comfortable with it as a young quarterback, you don't see it correctly, just trust your instincts and find a completion. It is still a good job by Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, the stats look good. 5 straight completions. Now a handoff to Andrews. And he's powered down. There's Lesney on the tackle. Sergio Brown in there as well. Big targets, and they have one now in Dorial Green-Beckham, but he is a first-year player, and his emergence is going to be something to watch here. Can he be that guy that can give him downfield threat?
Yeah, he's got a chance. He is super raw, and like we talked about earlier, he transferred from Missouri to Oklahoma, never got to play his last year of college football, so he's going through the growing pains, but has the physical attributes you look for.
And another short hitter, this time to Sankey, and it's in and out of his hands. Well defended there by Telvin Smith.
Wow. That was a phenomenal play by Marcus Mariota. Has pressure on him, and once again, you see the ability to get the ball out of his hands quickly and accurately.
Looking for a call there, too.
Yep. Could have been pass interference, but nonetheless, you'd like to see Bishop Sankey catch that regardless.
Jonathan Cyprien on the attack. Mariota so quick, just raving about how he gets rid of the ball.
Watch out for Delaney Walker right in there. He's the go-to guy on third down.
3 receivers on the near side, and he is the go-to guy right to him. To the 20, to 15, inside the 10-yard line. Delaney Walker, Mariota's favorite target. 29-yard gain for Tennessee.
Well, he'd be my favorite target, too. I mean, he's 6'2", he's 255, and he's really fast. But you're going to see he just runs a little out route from the slot position. Marcus Mariota, his eyes are on him the whole time. Makes another accurate football, allows Delaney Walker to run after the catch. And this is what this guy does. He is so under the radar, doesn't get the attention he deserves, but he is a special, special tight end.
Now, linebackers beware. Good call, by the way, partner. So Mariota hits Walker. Delaney, at 31 years of age, having one of his best seasons, and Steratore wants to get the
There is
clock.
no foul on the play. We'll reset the play clock to 25 seconds and wind on my ready for play.
Now the tight end trio, and you could even add Supernaw and make it a quartet, but the trio that plays the most active, Anthony Fasano, Delaney Walker, Craig Stevens. Only the Patriots probably use their tight ends more, but their receptions are tops in the NFL from that position. Makes sense with a former tight end coach and Mike Mularkey. That has been a strong emphasis once he took over for Ken Wisenhunt. First and goal. Andrews, a short gain.
Tight end play, so important this day and age in the NFL. There's such mismatches, as you can see with the Delaney Walker. He's too big for corners and safeties. He's too fast for linebackers. That's why you see New England have the success they do on offense. They make the matchups very tough for a defense. And I would say this trio that we just talked about, as far as a trio is concerned, I think this is the best trio in all of football. Now, I might give the duo package to Gronkowski and Chandler, but the trio package here in Tennessee, it's very good.
Well, Stevens has a touchdown reception today. On the option, Mariota is going to tuck it and run and get out of bounds. Wise. Back to Delaney Walker, though. It was interesting talking to him the other day about his beginnings in the NFL, because he was a speedster, a wide receiver coming out of college at Central Missouri. He thought he was going to get cut when they moved him to tight end.
Right.
And he was about 220 pounds. He said, I packed on about 30 pounds with the 49ers. And you don't even think of him anything other than a tight end at this point, but he thought his career was coming to an end as a professional right then and there.
Well, anytime you get your position moved, you go, oh, well, they don't think I'm good enough, so maybe I'm not going to be here. But he is an impressive specimen with muscles all over his body.
There's a lone receiver on the right side, and he finds him. Delaney Walker into the end zone for a touchdown. 2 touchdown strikes for Mariota, twice to tight ends.
Well, you're going to see it's the Delaney Walker show right now. They got no answer for him. He's just going to run a little post right here in the middle of the field. Split safeties. He makes a move on Jonathan Cyprien. And again, another accurate throw of the football by Marcus Mariota. But that's an issue for Jacksonville. They're too predictable in the red zone. It allows the quarterback to feel very comfortable with his pre-snap. And then, of course, when the ball is snapped, he still knows where everybody else is.
Well, back-to-back, very impressive drives by the Titans. See the missed extra points this year. Jacksonville has one today. And the 5th of the year for Myers. Suckup will bang it through, no problem. 14-6, Tennessee. A 10-play, 90-yard drive, and Mariota hits Delaney Walker. Back-to-back touchdown drive for the Titans. Now the Tennessee Titans and club tight end right there. The two that have caught touchdowns from Mariota. Delaney Walker, Craig Stevens. Walker on a 7-yard touchdown reception. 10 plays on the drive. They go all the way down the field, and Chris Mariota goes 4 for 5, 54 yards for Mariota, including that touchdown. Denard Robinson's going to get another one to try. He is wrapped down quickly. Supernaw. Speaking of tight ends,
Man,
the 4th tight end on this squad with a terrific special teams play. He's had 2 big hits in coverage in this game already.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Macy's, Land Rover, Above and Beyond, and by PlayStation 4, the best place to play.
Great look at the Johnny Cash Museum downtown Nashville, Music City, USA, and they're happy with the start here. Mariota with a couple of touchdown strikes, puts Jacksonville back on the field. Almost an interception as David Bass had one in his hands at point-blank range. Second down coming. NFL fans, you can order your holiday gifts from NFLshop.com today and save 20% at the official store of the NFL, NFLshop.com. Second down 10. Bortles and the Jags go down for a touchdown, miss the extra point. And then Mariota and the Titans respond. Yeldon gets the carry. And out to about the 24-yard line. Jacksonville and Tennessee matching up for the second time in 17 days. Had a showdown on Thursday Night Football. It's a comeback win for Gus Bradley and the Jags. 19-13 win. Greg Olsen has been asking his offense to be better in the red zone, and they were very good in their first try down there with a touchdown pass from Bortles.
Well, this is where Ray Orton can get very creative with his defensive calls.
And Bortles looking for Allen Robinson, but closed down quickly. Jarrell Casey. A sack of Blake Bortles. He needed another beat, and then Robinson might have had a shot.
Jarrell Casey, one of the best pass rushing interior defensive linemen in football, if not the best. And then you see Parrish Cox here on Allen Robinson. You alluded to it, BA. Maybe he comes open late. I do think that's who Bortles was looking at. But Jarrell Casey reminds me a lot of a guy I used to play with, Warren Sapp. Same type of body, extremely good pass rusher as a D tackle.
Brian Anger will punt it away. A beautiful spiraling punt sends him inside the 30. Parrish Cox shakes one man and out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. The Titans 33 sacks this year, fourth best mark in the NFL. They give the ball back to Mariota. Well, this year's Titans nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, is Delaney Walker. Delaney, a force in the community, who among many other things serves as a national spokesperson for Mothers Against Drunk Driving and established the Delaney Walker Gives Back Foundation to help provide opportunities for inner-city low-income youth. The winner will be announced on February 6th on CBS. So adding to his impressive on-field resume today with a touchdown and doing great work off the field as well. Mariota and the Titans rolls out right, fires a strike. Dorial Green Beckham near the first down marker.
Well, really impressed with what Mike Mularkey's game plan is to this point. You see the run game, they stay patient with it. Now here's the bootlegs. Mariota throws it great on the run. Dorial Green Beckham's getting it going. But as much as Jacksonville plays their defenders at the line of scrimmage, it's almost always 8 guys right at the line of scrimmage. You got to stay patient, but you also got to use some of that misdirection, bootleg play actions to keep them off balance.
See chewing up the yards in this corner. David Cobb gets to run this sequence. Cobb and Andrews have shared the duties in the backfield, both running well. First down, Tennessee. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, join JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cower. All the latest NFL scores and highlights, as well as a preview of Thursday Night Football, only on NFL Network. That's all coming up. The Verizon Halftime Report. 14-6 Tennessee. Touchdown passes from Marcus Mariota to Stevens and Walker. Play action. Mariota. Oh, in and out of the hands and picked off. Green Beckham had it slid through his hands, and Devon House with an interception.
Wow. Really a nice throw by Marcus Mariota.
Well, Dorial Green Beckham, he is a work in progress, a catchable ball that ends up in the hands of House. Jacksonville football when we come back. Interception for Jacksonville. Devon House will give Bortles and the Jags the ball. At about the 30, and a rollout Bortles and a wobbler that finds a receiver. Rashad Green with the catch and a first down. Back to the interception, Chris.
Well, you're going to see here, Dorial Green Beckham, he's going to inside release. He's going to come up here, and he's going to run basically about a 20-yard curl route. They're going to go up with a little play action here. We've seen this, been a very nice addition to their game plan. Throws a nice, accurate ball. Dorial Green Beckham is 6'5". I mean, it's right there in his face. That is part a little bit of being young and getting that experience. Who knows, he might have been looking to do something after the catch.
TJ Yeldon, strong, powering forward. Nice gain there for Yeldon. Avery Williamson on the tackle. And we heard all week from Mike Mularkey and offensive coordinator Jason Michael, our receivers have to be better. They have to be more aggressive, go make plays, make catches.
Yeah, they really do. And I think it goes back to a little bit last week as far as the struggles they had against the Oakland Raiders. But yeah, they don't have that go-to guy at the wide receiver position that's putting fear into a defense or making the defense show their hands schematically and saying, we have to stop this one guy.
2nd down and 3. Yeldon again. And Yeldon short of the 1st down, about a yard short. Daquan Jones makes sure he doesn't go any further.
But I think the big thing there is that was a huge, huge turnover, because this is a Jacksonville offense that I think it'd have been tough sledding if they have to throw every play, whether they're down 17-6, which they were on the verge of field goal position, or 21-6. With this secondary, Tennessee, the creative defenses with Ray Orton, huge drop by Dorial Green-Beckham, and good job by Devon House taking advantage of the opportunity.
3rd down and a yard for Bortles and the Jags. Looking to pass and out to the flat. Nice shake there by Allen Robinson, and more on the carry. Robinson inside the 20. Brushed off one defender, and an outstanding gainer for a 1st down. It goes for 26 yards.
Well, he's just going to run basically a 6-yard out route off the stack. Runs a very good route. A nice, accurate throw by Bortles. But that's why Allen Robinson's a special wide receiver right now in the NFL, because there is no weakness. He can do things after the catch. He can go deep like we talked about. And, of course, he's got size. I would certainly throw it to him a lot, too, if I was playing quarterback.
He's lined up on the far side. That is a very welcome sight for the Jaguars. A short pass, but a big pickup. Bortles gave him a chance to run. Looking that way again. Bortles steps up, fires. Caught. Marquise Lee turning the corner at the 5. Inside the 5. He reaches out. The ball is loose. They're saying it's down just shy of the end zone. A 17-yard gain, almost a touchdown.
Contact at the half-yard line.
The half-yard line, the official call. How close was it for Marquise Lee?
Number 93 is reporting eligible on the play. 93 is eligible.
And he definitely down here.
Definitely.
So easy call. Alu reporting once again. He's already caught a pass today. Defensive lineman in the backfield with T.J. Yeldon. They pack it in. Play action. Bortles up top. And it's caught but out of bounds. Julius Thomas, intended receiver, a little too long.
Well, I really thought this play, what they're trying to work is Julius Thomas on an out route, right? He's not open, out and up, I want to say. Blake Bortles realizes it's not quite there, but does a great job of buying time in the top pocket, and then throws a great ball over the middle to Marquise Lee. Marquise Lee, you can see, he's electric with the ball in his hands.
2nd and goal, coming up short. Yeldon tripped. It's a good surge there by Jarrell Casey, and it was Woodyard who cleaned it up.
This is the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning sets up a 3rd and goal for Gus Bradley's Jaguars. Blake Bortles and the Jags, 3rd and goal here. This is a team that does not have a rushing touchdown in the red zone this year. What do? They hand it off. Yeldon pushes forward. He is close. No signal yet. And there it is. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The first of the season, only their 2nd rushing touchdown all year, but the first time in the red zone. So they turn an interception into a scoring drive. And it's Yeldon with the carry. Well, you could see why they had to let the bodies clear to find out where Yeldon ended up.
Well, it's going to be impossible to challenge that or overturn it. There's just too many bodies, so that's going to stand. And then it looks like Jacksonville's going to go for 2 here to lock it up at 14 all. So we'll see what happens.
First touchdown they had, Jason Myers missed his 5th extra point of the season. So Gus Bradley is going to take a shot at 2.
I would say it's going to be Allen Robinson or Julius Thomas. One of those two are going to be the focal point of this play. If I'm Jacksonville, I might just throw a one-on-one ball up to Allen Robinson here at the bottom of the screen.
To backfield, Bortles looking right, and it looked like that one was deflected, at least the hand was. Looking for Brian Walters. And the conversion, no good. Terrell Casey on the tip, and it will remain a 2-point Tennessee lead. Minute 52 remaining in the first half. A reminder coming up on the Verizon halftime report. JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cower, they are there. They'll have the latest NFL scores and highlights. Preview of Thursday Night Football as well. It's only on NFL Network. And that's all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Jacksonville, 2 touchdowns, 2 failed conversions, a missed extra point, and then a missed 2-point conversion. So Tennessee leads it 14-12. And Myers will boot it. Trey McBride will bring it out. McBride across the 20 and to the 25-yard line. Costly interception turning into a touchdown for Jacksonville. Hey, a reminder, next Sunday, the NFL on CBS has a roundup of regional games, a rivalry match, Steelers-Bengals, plus Titans-Jets, Chargers-Chiefs, Colts-Jags, and Bills-Eagles. Later in the day, it's the Raiders and the Broncos. You can check local listings. It all begins with JB, Tony, Bart, and Coach and Boomer on the NFL Today. Mariota and the Titans take over. 1:45 remaining in the first half. Mariota looking for Walker near the sideline. This is his man. You wonder what an interception like that does. Mariota seems very poised, sees the whole picture. It was a pass that should have been caught, but it ends up as an interception on his line.
Yeah, you know, and as an ex-quarterback, of course, I didn't play a whole lot and wasn't all that successful, but interceptions like that do not bother you as a quarterback because you feel like you did your job, of course, and you're just going to be like, okay, I'm seeing the field, okay, I'm making the proper decisions, and I'm throwing the proper footballs along with that.
And Mariota misfires again, looking for Harry Douglas that time. So a couple of misses for Mariota.
Yes, and we talked about it, throwing the football down the field. He certainly can improve on that a little bit.
Mariota and Blake Bortles, 2 excellent young quarterbacks. Mariota in his rookie season, Bortles year number 2. See what they've done so far today. 2 touchdown strikes for Mariota. Got 1 interception. Both to tight ends. Stevens and Delaney Walker with the touchdown catches for the Titans. 3rd down, 10 to go for the Titans. Mariota pressured a little, but steps up, and he hits Green Beckham this time. And the big wide receiver wrestled down at the 45-yard line. That's probably great for his confidence to catch one and move the chains. Tennessee will take a timeout. 1:29 remaining. Mariota in the 2-minute drill at the end of the half. A 20-yard pickup sets up Mariota at the 45-yard line after the timeout. There's Delaney Walker, stiff on, and wrestled down. There's Lesney, big tackle there for Jacksonville.
Well, they called him inbounds, so the clock's going to run. You don't have to rush if you're the Tennessee Titans in the offense. You're still got plenty of time. You got timeouts. You want to leave Jacksonville no time in the clock if they do get the ball back.
Mariota's got some time here, and he finds Kendall Wright. Wow, clock winds. It looks like Wright is down. He's clutching at his back. And Mariota was telling us he thought Kendall Wright today could be a breakout game for him. Had a drop early, and now he's down in a heap, clutching at his back.
Well, Kendall Wright basically just sitting down in the zone coverage.
Yeah, the knee of Leslie right to the back.
Right.
And we'll take a timeout. That timeout charge to Tennessee. They'll have 1 left. Well, Kendall Wright does walk off under his own power. He is in a lot of pain. So they charge the timeout to the Titans. Gives them 1 left. 55 seconds. They're at a 1st and 10. Inside Jacksonville territory. Mariota surveys across the middle. Caught. Green Beckham once again. So after the miss, after the drop, back-to-back receptions for Dorial Green Beckham. 17-yard pickup. In the hurry-up. the sideline, caught, and Douglas, they're going to wind the clock, did not get out of bounds. And Malarkey marking out orders as the clock ticks. Young quarterback.
They got to hurry up, though, here. It took a little too much time there in between plays.
And another one is caught. Walker, can he get in? Shakes a tackle. Walker is close. Down just shy of the end zone. Tennessee with the timeout will use it. 3 seconds left. Mariota to Walker. Boy, he was almost in.
Third and final timeout of the half, Tennessee. A 30-second timeout. With the game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 5 seconds. 5 seconds remaining in the half.
And they'll have that much remaining with 5 seconds remaining.
Well, he definitely didn't get in. That was a good spot of the football. I think the big thing there is they certainly should have called a timeout there on second down or spiked the ball either way. They let too much time run off the clock. I do think Mike Malarkey wasn't sure if it was a first down or if it was still second down. But nonetheless, now we hear it's all or nothing here on first and goal from the 1.
Touchdown saving tackle there by Dwayne Gratz. So 5 to go.
I think you're going to see play action pass, and they're going to get Marcus Mariota out on the edge.
Fasano is in. There's Supernall, the other tight end. Walker's in. Hand off. Andrews. Touchdown, Tennessee! Antonio Andrews runs it in. And Mariota and the Titans march all the way down under 2 minutes and score.
Wow, well, it's just power football. I am a little surprised with the success Tennessee is having running the ball in between the tackles on this Jacksonville defense.
Mike Malarkey, interim head coach, fighting for this head coaching job permanently. He is fired up as the Titans score once again. 9 plays, they go 75 yards, and it took 1 minute and 50. Mariota had a couple of misses early in the drive, but hit 6 in a row on the way in. Extra point is good. 21-12, the Tennessee Titans. And a rising star in the NFL, Marcus Mariota.
Well, how can you not be impressed with Marcus Mariota and all the plays he's making, not only with his feet, but the throwing has been phenomenal. The decisions have been phenomenal. And add to it Delanie Walker, and then the emergence of Dorial Green-Beckham has to get Tennessee Titans fans excited. That could be the future of this organization for a lot of years to come. But what a drive by the Tennessee Titans in that offense.
And this will be the final play set up. It's so interesting here when you're 2-9 and you're Tennessee and you have a receiver like Green-Beckham. You can afford to go after him again. He made a couple of big catches in that drive. Mariota is having a terrific half. 15 out of 23, 192 yards, 2 touchdown strikes. And with 1 second remaining, the strong-armed Bortles will get a chance to let one fly, or does he take a knee? What do you like here, Chris? What do you think?
No, I would just kneel on it and go into the half. No point in taking the risk of something bad happening, sack, fumble, interception, return, whatever it may be.
You're no fun.
This is the end of the first half.
Into the first half. Titans 21, Jags 12. We'll be back with the Verizon halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. (21-12), the Tennessee Titans with 3 touchdowns in the first half. They have the lead. Second matchup with these two teams in the last 17 days. Jacksonville won Week 11. Tennessee has the advantage at halftime. Brian Anderson with Chris Sims. And every week you see Marcus Mariota, he just gets better and better. He's coming of age in front of our eyes.
He really is. Throwing the ball down the field, we talk about that's a concern. The 2-minute drive, I mean, that was really phenomenal to end the half. And the accuracy of the throw, throwing the ball, is really impressive.
Well, and if you want to see what a quarterback sees, let's take a look at our CBS multi-view. What do you have for us?
Well, this is really cool. This is the Delanie Walker touchdown down the middle of the field. But you see Jacksonville's trying to disguise their defense a little bit. We can really focus on Delaney Walker. And then on the bottom left there, you can see what Marcus Mariota was feeling back in the pocket. But nonetheless, I really like this multi-view thing as an ex-quarterback. I get to see all angles of the play. But basically what you have, you had Delaney Walker single up on the right side, three receivers to the left, and he makes a nice little move on Jonathan Cyprien, the safety. The middle of the field's vacated, and Mariota throws, again, another high-quality football.
And on the 3 touchdown drives, Mariota was very impressive. Great passing numbers, hit 6 in a row on that last drive. Don't forget, you can follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. We hit the air today talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are still relevant in December. It's been a while since they had meaningful games this late in the season, but Chris, they're 4-7, and Blake Bortles and the Jags, they know their playoffs begin right here and now in the second half.
Yes, it does. I mean, Blake Bortles, he's played well to this point. I mean, as you could see, he's 8 for 14, 116 yards. He's made some plays with his feet. We talked about his struggles in the short passing game. He's thrown us some nice short passes that are accurate. The thing that I think is surprising to me right now, BA, is this Jacksonville defense. The Tennessee Titans, they're having their way right now with this Jacksonville defense. You want to run it? Sure. You want to throw it? Sure. Something's got to change for Gus Bradley in this defensive approach in the second half.
Take a look at the first half stats. 253 total yards, and 192 of those in the air for Marcus Mariota. So he goes 15 for 23 with those 2 touchdowns. Blake Bortles, 116 yards passing, 8 for 14. And Mariota in the red zone continues to be a big story. This guy is giving this franchise a lot of hope. 0 interceptions in the red zone. He now has 15 touchdowns. And Mariota and the Titans will get the ball first to start this second half. Mike Mularkey, the interim head coach. Seen a good half now. Can they finish? Myers kicks it off. And they will kneel it down and start it at the 20. So Trey McBride wisely allows Mariota and company to get going at the 20-yard line. 21-12. Jacksonville has scored 2 touchdowns, but missed an extra point and then missed on a 2-point conversion. Thus the 12 points on the board for Gus.
Jacksonville's got to get something going here. They got to change up some of their looks. You know, this is a discussion I think we got to talk about at some point. This Seattle defensive scheme that we're seeing around the NFL. Offense is getting more comfortable with it. But Gus Bradley and company do got to do something a little different, specifically stop Delaney Walker.
And the first carry belongs to Andrews. He's got a lot of room to run. Takes it across the 35-yard line to the 37. There is a late flag. Matter of fact, 3 flags come in after the play. In plain sight of everyone. Looks like that one's going to belong to Tennessee. Gene Steratore, our referee, might negate a 16-yard pickup.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 89. Will be a 15-yard penalty, and it will be 1st and 10, Tennessee.
Philip Supernaw hit with the penalty. Supernaw had a costly fumble in their first matchup. He's done great work on special teams today. 2 big tackles. But in week 11, it was his fumble that iced the game. And watch Supernaw coming in right now and clearing the deck. Easy call.
Well, Mularkey, he's trying to have a physical presence on the offensive side of the ball. He's trying to get his run blockers to block through the whistle. Sometimes your emotions get the best of you down the field blocking.
Negates a 16-yard pickup. 1st and 10. Andrews, a rushing touchdown at the end of the first half. And a short gain. Dwayne Grotz with the tackle. The first half possessions for the Tennessee Titans. And Chris, the interception really was a catchable ball that Jacksonville ended up taking it all the way down to score. But the 3 long drives, Mariota, very impressive.
3 long drives, Mariota impressive. What Mike Mularkey is doing with this offense is impressive. It's a nice little formula with the power run game, the play actions, the boots. And then, of course, with Delaney Walker and Dorial Green Beckham showing up, they're going to be tough to defend.
2nd and 9, Mariota out to Craig Stevens, who caught the first touchdown pass. And not much there. 2-yard gain for Stevens. In those 3 scoring drives, Mariota, the first one 4 for 6. He had Stevens for the touchdown. And then the next drive, he was 4 for 5 passing, 55 yards, touchdown to Delaney Walker. And then that final drive, though, Chris, he had 2 incompletions to start the drive, then hit 6 out of 6. 74 yards, under 2 minutes. They go all the way down and score the rushing touchdown to finish off that drive. After spread wide, 3rd and 7. The rush is coming, and down goes Mariota. Sergio Brown, defensive back sack on the blitz, and his first.
Nice creative blitz by Jacksonville Jaguars. You're going to see Sergio Brown here at the bottom of your screen coming off this free safety blitz. Chris Clemens on the opposite side makes Mariota step up. Sergio Brown is the benefactor of the sack. But hey, we talked about it. Got to change some things up on defense. Send some pressure at the quarterback. Make him feel uncomfortable. Marcus Mariota, for the most part, has been in his rhythm and comfortable all game long.
But Kern will kick it to Brian Walters. And Walters, who's been dealing with back problems, goes nowhere. Special teams coverage has been excellent for the Titans today. 47-yard punt. Blake Bortles and the Jags back on the field. Recognition for Zane Beadles. He is this year's Jaguars nominee for Walter Payton Man of the Year. It's presented by Nationwide. In 2013, established the Zane Beadles Parade Foundation, nonprofit organization, continues to support the journey of young people going through life-changing medical experiences. Don't forget, the winner will be announced at the NFL Honors Awards Show February 6th on CBS. TJ Yeldon gets the first carry. Setting up a 2nd down. Jacksonville trying to answer in this second half. It was a comeback win for Jacksonville in Week 11 on Thursday Night Football against Tennessee. That was a 19-13 win. Gus Bradley's team with a 4th quarter comeback. Mariota had a touchdown run in that game. So it is interesting that these two match up in such a short time. 2nd and 10, Bortles fires. He's got Allen Robinson, and Robinson able to shake one tackler. He's close to a first down, maybe a yard short. Let's take you back, Week 11, Thursday Night Football, the unis, Chris.
Oh, baby. I don't know what I think about those Jacksonville unis. I'm not sold on those.
Well, that Rashad Green 63-yard return set up the touchdown, the go-ahead touchdown, and then the sack by Andre Branch sealed the game. And Tennessee losing Week 11. They have not won since. They lost last week here at home. They haven't won here since October of last season, 2014. 11 straight losses at home for the Titans. 3rd and 1, short pass, easy for Yeldon, first down.
Well, a very similar play to what we saw on 3rd and short in the first half when they threw the ball to Tyson Alualu. This time he's not in the game, but Yeldon in the flat. Nice play by Blake Bortles, being patient, wait until he gets open. Good play designed by Greg Olsen once again.
Yeldon has rushed for 39 yards. That's his first catch of the day. Mercedes Lewis in motion. And Bortles looking to fire down the sideline. A lot of activity down there. Coverage was Cody Sensabaugh on Allen Robinson. 2nd down.
Yeah, Cody Sensabaugh, one of the corners that's playing very good here in Tennessee. This is not an easy assignment. Definitely some contact, but I think it's equally on the offensive side as well. Robinson looked like he was expecting maybe a back shoulder throw. But Sensabaugh, the rest of these guys in the secondary, better man-to-man cover corners than people give them credit for.
Keep an eye on Allen Robinson, bottom of the screen. He's 3 yards away from 1,000 yards receiving this season. Hasn't been done in a long, long time. This is a handoff to Yeldon. He has that upright running style, Chris, but then he's got a lot of quickness and explosion at the end of his runs.
He does. He's a nice little running back, not a whole lot of weakness to his football game. I mean, he does everything really well. Now, the one thing he's not going to bring to the table, you're not going to see 50 and 60-yard touchdown runs out of T.J. Yeldon. He doesn't have the straightaway speed to do that, but he can be a bell cow between the tackles, and he can protect the quarterback on third down. Very important for a running back in the NFL.
Jags are 6 out of 9 converting third downs. Had a big one at the end of the first half that set up a touchdown. Bad snap. Bortles makes a good play to catch it and then zips one over to Walters. Caught, first down, another third down conversion. And Brian Walters, who's been dealing with back problems, able to secure that one.
Well, I mean, Blake Bortles, this is what I like about him, though. The calm demeanor, the presence of mind to just not panic after the bad snap. Still sees the throw down the field. But Bortles, listen, he's got it all. He's got the franchise quarterback look. Are there things he's got to improve on? Sure. But, I mean, what we're seeing today, he's made a number of good throws and some plays with his feet.
12-yard pickup on third down. New set of downs. On the flat, Bernard Robinson. And a little shake, and he was powered down. Michael Griffin out of the University of Texas, the veteran. And the thumbnail sketch, according to Chris Sims. What do you have here on Blake Bortles?
Well, you see most improved quarterback in the NFL. Great size, like a big Ben Roethlisberger, Cam Newton. He can extend the plays just like those big guys we just talked about. He needs to become a more consistent thrower. And then you just heard me talk about his demeanor, his presence. You saw it. We met with him on Saturday. He walks in, you go, man, he's got the look of the franchise quarterback and the demeanor as well. There is something to be said about that.
This is Bernard Robinson. And nothing there. Carl Klug plugged that one up. Bortles comes into these meetings, and Gus Bradley has such a great reputation, a positive guy, but he's a grinder, he's a blue-collar coach. And the first thing he says about Bortles is that my quarterback loves to talk ball.
Yes.
That's what he wants. He's kind of an old-school, dig-it-out-of-the-dirt quarterback, and he had 2 illegal forward passes last week. Talk about extending plays. Said, look, that was stupid. I'm an idiot. So he can make fun of himself as well.
Some kind of pressure here. You can see at the bottom of the screen.
3rd and 7. They pick up a rack pull across the middle. Caught. Allen Robinson, and that will take him over 1,000 yards this season. A 14-yard pickup. And Robinson, their leading receiver.
Robinson just running basically a little in-cut crossing route down the middle of the field. Tennessee brings the blitz. Bortles does a good job getting the offensive line orchestrated to pick up the blitz, which gives him enough time. And there's Allen Robinson. We're going to be hearing this name for a long time, week in and week out.
Allen Hurns not available today. Concussion. It's been since 2005. Jimmy Smith to find Jacksonville's last 1,000-yard receiver. Only 3 have done it in the history of the franchise. Out in the flat, Yeldon the catch. Nice catch. And wrestled out of bounds. David Bass on the coverage. So a couple of receptions for the running back Yeldon on this drive. No Allen Hurns this week. They are expecting him back next week. What a tandem they have in Hurns and Robinson. Robinson statistically has better numbers, pushing over 1,000 yards, and he is truly a downfield weapon for Bortles, who loves to throw it downfield. 2nd and 7. Yeldon looking for the edge. Patient. Yeldon cuts it back and across the 5-yard line, right on the 5, and a first down. T.J. Yeldon.
Wow, well, we talked about Jacksonville's red zone struggles on offense. This has been one of the issues. They've not been able to run the football in the red zone. We alluded to that earlier. And of course, as a young quarterback like Blake Bortles, when you get in the red zone, you got to be extremely accurate. You got to have good play design by your offensive coordinator. Everything happens faster in the red zone because the defense does not have to worry about defending behind them.
This drive over 6.5 minutes. This is play number 12. And Bortles near the end zone, in and out of the hands of Marquise Lee. That was very well defended by Wesley Woodyard.
we've yet to be able to talk about the Tennessee Titans inside linebackers. Wesley Woodyard, extremely athletic, middle linebacker, great in coverage. Him along with Avery Williamson, I would say those are two of the more athletic inside linebackers in football. It's part of the reason they're so good at defending the pass. Because of Woodyard, Avery Williamson, they can match up with running backs and tight ends in pass coverage.
Third trip into the red zone for Jacksonville. They produced 2 touchdowns thus far. All 3 trips into the red zone for Tennessee have resulted in touchdowns. And it's Yeldon sideways through that hole down to the 1-yard line. Brian Arakpo with the tackle. 21-12 to Tennessee. Under 5.5 remaining in the third quarter. Jacksonville has missed on 2 extra point tries. A missed extra point kick and then a failed 2-point conversion. Greg Olsen trying to draw up a touchdown play here in the red zone. In an area of concern for the Jags. 2 for 2 today, though.
Again, Julius Thomas, watch out for him. He will have a mismatch with a linebacker.
Bortles being flushed out. Now he's on the run. He's at his best here. Bortles in there, and it is caught. Or is it? It is! Touchdown! Allen Robinson secures it in the end zone. 3 for 3 in the red zone with touchdowns for the Jaguars.
I mean, great play by Blake Bortles to make Michael Griffin miss on the blitz, then run to your right, and a great play by Allen Robinson, realizing his quarterback scrambled. He makes himself available, and you say, why is size important as a wide receiver? Right there. He can box out defensive backs. Gus Bradley's got to be happy with his red zone offense today. We said it was a concern. They're telling us to be quiet and saying it's not such a big concern.
And they spent a lot of time in practice working on their red zone offense. Well, Jason Myers, he's already missed 1 extra point. Trying to make it a 2-point deficit. That one is true. And the Jags come out and score. Allen Robinson, not only over 1,000 yards for the year, but he's got another touchdown from Bortles. Well, Tennessee up 9 at the half, but Jacksonville goes down for a touchdown. Long drive. Bortles was 7 out of 9 passing on that drive. And 24 touchdowns now for Blake Bortles. That breaks David Garrard's record for Jacksonville in a single season. Myers kicks it off, and McBride will allow him to set up at the 20. Marcus Mariota, been a lot of touchdowns today. Both teams in the red zone successful. But Mariota do it again. Tomorrow, don't miss The Late Show with Stephen Colbert as Stephen reunites with Steve Carell plus Jennifer Hudson. It's all new tomorrow, and it's only CBS. Mariota and the Titans will take over a 2-point lead, third quarter, 4:50 left. Mariota will tuck it, and he will run. Picks up about 5. So Marcus Mariota, the number 2 pick. These two will forever be linked. Winston goes number 1 to Tampa Bay. Mariota number 2.
Well, this won't be Manning and Leaf part 2. I can tell you that. This is going to be 2 studs for a long
time.
time.
Had the ball holding. Defense number 31. 5-yard penalty is added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Sorry about that. I didn't even see the penalty flag on the field. But regardless, yes, both quarterbacks, the pressure they're under, they're playing phenomenal. Jameis Winston, I've been so impressed with his play. But yes, they will be linked forever together. But they're 2 organizations, the Buccaneers, the Titans, they got to feel really good about who they picked to be the face of their franchise.
Winston and the Buccaneers have a 13-12 lead over the Falcons. That's in the third quarter, 13-12. And a running play goes nowhere for Tennessee. And here in Tennessee with Mariota, so they've had a couple of shots at a first-round pick. Vince Young, of course, Jake Locker. They're hoping Mariota is the one, though,
right,
that will sustain that level and be what the expectations are. He carries himself. He's so impressive. He walks in there. You immediately forget he's 22 years of age.
Yes. Handles himself like a mature NFL starting quarterback who's been around for 6 or 7 years. The coaches have nothing but good things to say about him, and you heard that from Oregon as well. He's got all the tools to be a really, really good quarterback.
2nd down and 10. Mariota will keep it. And it's down at the 30. So Mariota running the ball. He's been hit hard twice. And there is a Titan down.
It's
like
honestly
Harry Douglas. He's limping off the field. Excuse me, Chris.
It's okay. I was going to say, it's honestly one thing I think Marcus Mariota could do a little bit more. Even when you watch him on film, things like that. At times, running lanes open up for him to scramble. I think he's so focused on improving as a pocket passer, which he really has improved, that he can find a better balance of making some plays with his feet along with his arm at the same time, which he will as he gets more snaps in this league.
Douglas limping to his spot on the near side. Tennessee 6 out of 8, converting 3rd downs, makes it 6 of 9. And there is a flag down, however. So that's going to move them.
Yeah, they're going to get defensive holding on Jacksonville here. They held Kendall Wright and Delaney Walker.
Delaney Walker was the target for Mariota.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 37. 5-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
The hard-hitting Jonathan Cyprien hit with the foul.
Yeah, there's Cyprien holding Delaney Walker, and then even Kendall Wright underneath. But yes, that's going to get called every time when you extend the arms like that. Not an easy task for Jonathan Cyprien having to cover Delaney Walker.
All the Lions fans are saying, is that a face mask? Fullback is in, Justin Fowler. And give it to Cobb. David Cobb, short gain. And now after the play, Stevens gets popped, and here comes a flag.
They're going to get Jared Odrick for pushing Stevens late after the whistle.
Well, it didn't really show up until this 2nd half, but you actually brought this up in our meetings this week about playing a team for the 2nd time, and it's not just across 2 weeks of the schedule. It's actually 17 days. It was a Thursday night football game, and now you're back against the same competitors. You figured that there would be a little bit of this going on.
Right. Memories are fresh. The emotions you can still remember. It's a little bit more personal when you have to play a team 2 out of 3 weeks.
You could read the lips of Jared Odrick. He said, "We play through the ball."
There is no foul for unnecessary roughness. It was continuing action on the play.
Yeah.
2nd down.
So Odrick was right. And how about Sterator just acknowledging the crowd with a little sniff and a shake? And
well, I'm not exactly agree with this. I mean, I had my eyes on it. I think that was way beyond the whistle. There's a little shove, and then he dips his head and just bowls him over. I'm actually shocked they picked up the flag.
That's a break for Jacksonville. So it's 2nd and 6 now. And again, Cobb finding some space. A spin, still on his feet. And Cobb surges across midfield. Sergio Brown brought him down, but David Cobb has been impressive here. 10-yard pickup. They're trying to get him more touches, and that's happened here today.
They're just pulling guards, as you can see, backside guard. This has kind of been the running play we've seen all game long. It's power football, and I'll say I am shocked right now that Tennessee Titans offensive line is pushing around this Jacksonville defensive line, which I think is very good with guys like Roy Miller and Jared Odrick.
I think Mike Mularkey wants to establish the run. All 5 plays on this drive have been running plays. Drive that started at the 20. Now Mariota, look at the pass. He's got a lot of pressure. He's out of there. Mariota, whoa, he just dodged a bullet. A Telvin Smith bullet.
That's part of being the franchise quarterback, too. He's got to realize he's more important to the franchise than maybe a 4-yard gain scrambling around. Protect your body, protect your throwing shoulder. There's more at risk than just here in this matchup today.
Michael Bennett forced him out, and Smith comes flying in, and that was a narrow miss for the franchise quarterback. He's been sacked once today. It was here in this 3rd quarter that preceded the Jacksonville touchdown. Approaching 1 minute left in the 3rd quarter. Tennessee driving at midfield. Mariota's got it again. Around the end he goes. 1st down, out of bounds. Mariota using his legs to move the chains.
That's 4.5 speed in the NFL. Little read option. Delaney Walker leading him around the edge. And yes, Marcus Mariota is one of the few quarterbacks in football that you can call these types of plays for, and he can outrun some defensive ends and linebackers to the edge.
11-yard run for Mariota. He has rushed it 5 times, 4 of them coming on this drive. 5 rushes, 23 yards. He's passed for 193 yards. Supernall, the tight end in the backfield. And a play action, Mariota falls down. And that'll be a sack. Tripped over the feet of David Cobb.
I think you're exactly right. I think they were the play action fake. Let's see. Yep, he hits Cobb's right ankle and he goes down, and that's embarrassing. I've had that happen to me before.
That's an 8-yard loss, and that'll take us
the end of the third quarter.
To the end of the third quarter. As Steratore says, fourth quarter coming up. 2-point Titan lead. Well, some long drives, ball possession game here. Jacksonville with that third quarter touchdown to get it within 2. Tennessee has put together a long drive here, 8 plays currently. Started their own 20. A lot of rushes on this drive, but Mariota and company now in a 2nd and 18 after the 8-yard loss. Technically a sack, but a trip over the feet of his running back for Mariota. Fourth quarter in Nashville. And Mariota crossed the middle, caught. Dorial Green Beckham still on his feet. Green Beckham touchdown, Tennessee. 47-yard touchdown strike. Mariota, the DGB.
Well, you're going to see DGB come into your screen on the left side here, but great job in the pocket by Mariota, keeping his eyes down the field. Unbelievable throw, and then an unbelievable play by Dorial Green Beckham, bouncing off of Sergio Brown. Hey, size is a skill in the NFL. It pays to be a big receiver for reasons just like that. You're a big target over the middle, and you're hard to tackle.
Ran into a brick wall, the 6'5", 235-pound wide receiver. Ryan Suckup to try to get it to 28. He does, back to a 9-point Tennessee lead. What a turnaround for Dorial Green Beckham. Had a key drop that led to an interception. He's caught 3 since. Stays on his feet. 47-yard touchdown for the Titans.
Lord, I've really been real stressed. Down and out, losing.
Oh, the Star Wars phenomenon. Talk about a big receiver, right? Chewbacca, massive. He's Dorial Green Beckham size.
Wow, that was amazing. And on all facets, I don't even know what to say there.
It's good analysis, Chris. Touchdown for Tennessee. Fourth quarters have been their troubles this year, but they score a touchdown to push them back up 28-19. Well, it's a fourth quarter comeback for Jacksonville against Tennessee, week 11. They are now down 9, and they'll start their drive from the 20. 14:49 remaining in regulation after the Tennessee touchdown. And Bortles back to work. He's looking for the home run ball. Bortles going up top. Robinson is there. Caught! Allen Robinson! All the way down to the 35-yard line in Tennessee territory.
Wow. Again, Allen Robinson's covered. Blake Bortles just says, I don't really care. He's going to run a little double move. He's going to act like he's going to run the comeback, stop, go. They got the safety over the top of him. But that's a tough play for a safety to make against a top-tier receiver like Allen Robinson. Man, we're seeing some big receivers make some special plays in this game right now.
Long gainers. 44-yard pickup there. Bortles to Allen Robinson, who has 131 yards now. Now Denard Robinson, and Denard powers his way to a first down on the ground. Hey, a reminder coming up on the Subway postgame show. Join JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cower. They have all the latest NFL scores, highlights, analysis. Ton of games going on right now. That's all coming up on the Subway post-game show. Well, this one's been fun. Back and forth, two teams. Titans at 2-9, Jacksonville at 4-7. Still an outside chance, knowing their playoffs begin now in Week 13. They're probably going to have to win out. And they're on the move from the 25. Bortles fakes across the middle. Oh, almost intercepted and should have been intercepted. B.W. Webb had it right in his hands.
Well, they were trying to do a double move to Allen Robinson. And then he's trying to come back down to Julius Thomas down the middle of the field, the sluggo seam concept, but Julius Thomas, the tight end, fall down as he's trying to cross the safety's face. And he knows, Blake Bortles knows he dodged the bullet right there.
That was Damian Stafford actually on that miss. A break for the Jags. Sets up a second down. Denard Robinson, a lot of room. And Robinson with a nice gain. Running well, Jacksonville. We've seen T.J. Yeldon. Now Robinson on this sequence. And here comes Yeldon back in for Gus Bradley. 7-yard gain. Sets up a third down and 3. Dick LeBeau. Ian Ray Horton trying to draw up the right plan to stop the Jaguars on 3rd and 2 officially. Show blitz, bring the blitz. Good coverage. And right there, Allen Robinson inside the 10-yard line. So Bortles hasn't been a strong suit, Chris. You mentioned it early in the first quarter. He has really struggled on the short passing game. Not so far today, though.
No, he is not. And this was as easy as it gets right here. Just a straight little shallow crossing route. Throws a ball where he can catch it, do something after it. Yes, they are debunking all the myths we said.
Yes.
Red zone issues, no, not today. Running game issues, not today. So they're basically saying, hey, Brian Anderson and Chris Sims, why don't you shut up?
They're answering all the questions coming in. Even Mariota on the other side with the big plays. 1st and goal. Bortles rolls, fires, caught, touchdown. Allen Robinson again, and fires a fastball into the seats. Jacksonville comes right back. A most impressive touchdown drive. And again, the Jags go in the end zone in the red zone.
We're just seeing two quarterbacks who are two ballers right now. That's really all there is to it. This is covered as well as it can be covered by Dick LeBeau and Ray Orton, but the ability for Blake Bortles to stop, and then Allen Robinson's natural intuition of knowing how to play the game, realizing, hey, I can't get to the corner of the end zone, let me pull up. And a great throw by Blake Bortles in a place where only Allen Robinson could catch it.
Huge drive. Bortles connecting with Allen Robinson. Robinson, 3 catches, 61 yards on that drive. Scores a second touchdown. Myers, and he hooks another one. His second missed extra point. Oh my. Jason Myers, the rookie kicker. Gus Bradley beside himself. A touchdown. Great momentum. Second extra point miss of the game for the Jags. Number 6 for the year for Myers. Yikes. Well, you got a feel for Jason Myers. He's missed 2 extra points today. Jacksonville has failed on 3 different conversions after touchdowns. And it is a 3-point Tennessee lead. Allen Robinson having a big game. 9 catches, 146 yards, and 2 touchdowns. As Myers boots it away. McBride will bring it out. McBride looking for a hole, and they seal it up right about the 20-yard line. There are flags down. And it looks like that's going to be a hold on Jacksonville. Well, they'll back them up. These two teams in the first matchup exchanged a number of field goals. It was 6-6 at the half in Week 11. Been a different story here today. We've seen mostly touchdowns and mixed extra points. And they're going to back this one up.
During the return, holding, return team, number 57. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down, Tennessee.
Chris, all that success, and yet the Jags are 3 points down.
Yes, well, I mean, the first extra point missed, of course, that is big because what does it do? It forces Gus Bradley and company to go for 2. The next time they score a touchdown, they don't get that. So now they're in chase mode, and then this recent missed extra point makes it a 3-point game. But ever since we've moved these extra points back, field goal kickers just been struggling all over the NFL. It's unbelievable.
So Tennessee, their worst starting field position of the day, and they hand it to Antonio Andrews. Short game for Tennessee. Thursday night only on NFL Network. The Vikings take on the Cardinals. It's a huge showdown between two of the NFL's best. Thursday night football, Thursday at 8. Now only on NFL Network.
Got Big Phil on the game with Jim Nance. I'm excited for that.
You call your dad Big Phil still?
I call him Big Phil, big guy, whatever you want to say it. But this should be a great matchup. Arizona, I think, is the best team in the NFC. Yes, better than the Carolina Panthers. Minnesota trying to become a real playoff contender.
That'll be a fun one on Thursday night football. So Andrews again, bottled up quickly. So stuck at the 10-yard line. Jared Odrick there with the tackle and the surge. 1 sack on Mariota, well, 2 officially. Mariota tripped on the other one and brought himself down. And, made it a goal the final 5 games of the year. Continue his development, let him do everything, but make sure you keep him upright. So you're seeing a lot of multi-tight end sets, a lot of protection from running backs.
Delaney Walker's the guy to watch right here, matched up against Aaron Colvin.
Look out, Smith, and a strip sack, and the ball is loose. And Jacksonville says they have it. Sterator agrees. The Jags with the turnover inside the 10-yard line.
There's a fumble recovered by Jacksonville.
Well, this was really close to happening on the long touchdown pass to Dorial Green-Beckham here before. But Talvin Smith, one of the most athletic linebackers in football, gets around the edge. And that's something, too, you have to learn as a young quarterback. You sit in the pocket. At some point, some pressure is going to come from behind you. Mariota only got one hand on the ball, and Talvin Smith makes a phenomenal play getting around the edge on Byron Bell.
And look at Ryan Davis on his back, sees it, and he ends up with the ball. Smith almost got the strip and the recovery, and certainly looked like the ball was out before the arm moved forward. Malarkey's team now in danger here. Jacksonville can take the lead with a touchdown, can tie it with a field goal. As they start at the 10-yard line, Bortles in the end zone, caught, touchdown! Julius Thomas! And right away after the turnover, Bortles and the Jags strike one of his favorite receivers. Boy, Greg Olsen drew up the perfect play.
Great job by Greg Olsen. Great throw by Blake Bortles. And again, here's another big receiving target down the field. That's why it's awesome for quarterbacks to have these type of guys. Here, we'll see the extra point here. This is not a gimme, but nonetheless, Julius Thomas, the size, the athletic ability to go up and get that ball, so important for a young quarterback to have that big guy down the middle of the field.
A sure-handed tight end, and Myers connects on the extra point. Those have a lot on them, don't they? The Jaguars, last 4 drives, all touchdowns. This time it's the big tight end, the former basketball player from Portland State. He's in the end zone for 6, 32-28 Jags. Holiday season is upon us. December football, week 13 in the NFL. Julius Thomas, a touchdown catch from Blake Bortles. Passed for 230 yards. Bortles now 4 touchdowns today. Trey McBride will bring it out. Well, what a costly turnover for Tennessee. Jacksonville has turned it into 13 points, those 2 turnovers. Week 13 continues later today on Fox, and then tonight, Sunday Night Football on NBC. And then don't forget, tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN. Cowboys, Redskins. And a late flag come in. And the Titans are backing
After
up.
the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, headbutt. Number 89 of the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First down, Tennessee.
Now that is 2 on Supernaw. Philip Supernaw hit with a couple of personal fouls in the second half. 89 with Clay Harbor. Oh, man. Why?
Yeah, that's why. But also I go, well, why didn't they call it on Jared Aldrich earlier in the game too when he did the same thing?
Great point. Great point. So they started at the 10 and down underneath to Delaney Walker. And back-to-back possessions. Very poor field position for the Tennessee Titans.
Well, and they don't have to change their approach here. They can still stay patient with the run game.
Got to go the length of the field. 9:41 remaining in regulation here. Tennessee now down 4. Odd score for Jacksonville. They have failed on 3 conversions after touchdowns. They've had nothing but touchdowns today. No field goals. And nothing there. As Leslie crashing in, the 10-year veteran linebacker, actually in his 9th year. One of the many Penn State Nittany Lions on display here today in this matchup.
Yes, Penn State's deep, and you're not going to make a living trying to run toss sweeps against this Jacksonville defense. There's too much speed with Pozluzny, Telvin Smith in the middle. They're going to run that stuff down all day long, especially because Cobb and Antonio Andrews are not the fastest running backs in football.
As Leslie and Telvin Smith, excellent duo in the middle for the Jags. 3rd down and 7. And they're coming. Leslie and Smith. Mariota out of it. And he can fly. Plenty for a first. Plenty more to the 40. Mariota's got his eyes on the end zone. Can he finish? At the 30. The 20. 10. 5. Touchdown, Mariota. 87-yard run for the rookie quarterback. And the Titans are back on top.
Holy cow. It's just rare to see a quarterback that fast running down the football field. I don't know what it looks like on TV special. There are just not too many quarterbacks in the history of football that can do that.
Yeah, big start for Kendall Wright. Great pickup there, Chris, as Mariota goes all the way in. Set up right down the pipe. Back and forth they go. What a game today. It's week 13, AFC South. Who figured? Mariota, a long run to give the Titans a lead again. Boy, how about that? Marcus Mariota, 87-yard touchdown run. It's the longest rush in the NFL this year. Lamar Miller had the longest of 85 yards, and now Mariota, with all those great running backs, is at the top of the heap. Aren't many quarterbacks who can finish that.
No, I've seen Randall Cunningham in person. I've seen Steve Young in person growing up, watching them play my dad. I played against Michael Vick. I would say Marcus Mariota, as impressive as all of them, maybe not as fast as Michael Vick, but certainly more explosive than a Steve Young or Randall Cunningham. That was mind-blowing. That was phenomenal.
Hanging out in the bottom of the AFC South, but this one is a thriller here today in Nashville. Now Blake Bortles, it's his turn. No field goals today. It's been all touchdowns and punts and turnovers, and Jacksonville has cashed in a couple of times.
Yes, they certainly have. I mean, it's really been the theme of the day. It's just been big plays, the quarterbacks making unreal throws, making plays with their feet behind the line of scrimmage to extend plays, but Dorial Green-Beckham, Allen Robinson, and then, of course, Julius Thomas, tight end for Jacksonville. Just the passing game and the quarterback play has been through the roof this whole game.
Jacksonville down 3. Their season on the line. Bortles looking for the long one here, but he'll dump it off to Yeldon. Yeah, that's a nice game for Jacksonville. His intended receivers slipped and fell down the field, and Bortles wisely checks it down to T.J. Yeldon. 6-yard pickup. How about the big plays, Chris? 9 of them combined between these two teams of 20 or more yards.
And it's not so surprising with Jacksonville, but the Tennessee Titans were a team that could not create explosive plays all year long, and now they're growing on trees.
Oh, and the snap over the head of Bortles. And he will fall on it. Ball's free. Touchdown! Turnover turns into a touchdown. That's Wesley Woodyard.
Well, we saw a bad snap earlier in their game by Wisniewski. This one, Blake Bortles can't even get a hand on it. Does his best to try to recover it. Gets hit by Bass, and then Wesley Woodyard does a great job picking it up and scoring the touchdown.
And wrestles that free from Marcus Mariota. Doesn't look tired anymore. Jumping on that sideline for joy. What a turnaround. Long run for a touchdown, 87 yards. A bad snap resulting in a touchdown. And now Sucka to try to give the Titans a 10-point lead. Got it. 7:46 remaining. Tennessee, is this the day? They haven't won in this stadium since last year. They've got a chance. Turnover, touchdown, Woodyard. Boy, this one turned quickly. And how about Wesley Woodyard? A first for him. First NFL touchdown. Just the second time in his career he's recovered a fumble on the bad snap from Wisniewski over the head of Bortles. And a fumble recovery in the end zone gives Tennessee a 10-point lead. Now does Jacksonville have the answer? They have a fourth quarter comeback against Tennessee this season. And Bortles will return. A lot of time remaining. Gus Bradley's team, Chris, 4-7. They know they probably have to win out, maybe 4-1 with some help.
Right.
But it starts right now for them.
It definitely does. And this is where it can be dangerous, too, a little bit. We've talked about Dick LeBeau, Ray Orton. Their ability, when they know you're in a passing situation, they can be very creative. Blake Bortles needs to be careful here. Get this drive started on the right foot.
And Bortles across the middle. It's Thomas, and he has wrestled down Griffin, sharing the tackle there with Avery Williamson.
Nice play call, just good, safe completion. Get everybody settled down a little bit. Quiet the crowd noise.
Needing a score desperately, Jacksonville. Touchdown or field goal will set him up. Bortles steps up, dumps it down. Yeldon, he's got room to run. That's a first down and more. And Yeldon near midfield, he's got room to run. Yeldon down the sideline to the 10 and to the 5. He ran out of gas and ends up at the 5-yard line, and another big play in this game. A 68-yard gain.
It's a great job by Blake Bortles. Nobody's open. He gets to his check down. TJ Yeldon makes some great moves, run through some arm tackles. I cannot believe Avery Williamson did not make this tackle right there. But wow, I was thinking points and explosive extravaganza when I came into this game.
No kidding. These two teams, 19-13 last time. Bortles to the end zone, and a little wide for Allen Robinson. Well, this is something, an old-fashioned shootout. No field goals. Touchdowns, seeing punts. There's been turnovers, costly turnovers in the second half.
And the big thing is what? The extra points. It would be a one-score game right now.
Yeah.
If we had the 3 extra points, it would be 42-35.
Yeah. Jacksonville missed 2 extra points, but it forced them into another conversion miss on a 2-point conversion in the first half. Second and goal for Bortles and the Jags. Robinson right there, wide open, touchdown, Jacksonville. Touchdown number 3 for Allen Robinson. Boy, that didn't take long at all. Jacksonville fires right down the field, and they're right back in it.
Well, this was easy pickings for Blake Bortles. It was an all-out blitz, so he had man-to-man across the board on all receivers with no safety in the middle of the field. That's a lot to ask, but you can see here they're bringing pressure, but there's no safety. That's a very hard job for Parrish Cox to have that one-on-one in the middle of the field with a talented receiver like Allen Robinson.
Jason Myers has missed 2. A little heat on these extra points. I think he's found it once again. So it's 42-39. Blake Bortles with 5 touchdown passes. That is a new Jacksonville record. He's passed for 324 yards. Allen Robinson has 3 of those 5 touchdown catches. And that is a career high for Allen Robinson, the 3 TD catches. And on a day without Allen Hurns, who's out with a concussion, and Jacksonville lost Rashad Green for the second half, out with a shoulder injury. They're very thin at that position. Robinson has stepped up in a big way. Well, we're set up for a great finish here. 6.5 left in regulation.
The great thing is there are just so many good players in the game that are young and talented to look forward to, like Allen Robinson. I mean, 10 for 161 when the defense knows that they're going to throw the ball to him the majority of the time. But I'll say this, whether it's Mike Mularkey, Gus Bradley, the quarterbacks, some of the receivers we got to talk to, there's just a lot of good people in this game that you root for, and then the talent on top of it. You got to be excited if you're a Jaguars or Tennessee Titans fan. Yes, I know it hasn't been smooth the past year or two, but it could be really good in the future, in the recent future.
Myers will kick it off. Jacksonville down 3. Trey McBride will set up at the 20. But so, Marcus Mariota, he's had quite a day. 245 yards passing and 3 TDs, Chris.
Started with that great throw there to Craig Stevens, then it's Delaney Walker, then this unbelievable throw to Dorial Green Beckham down the middle of the field, and then this is going to be the play of the week in the NFL, in my opinion. An 87-yard touchdown run from a quarterback. He must have felt like he was back in the Pac-12, running around on Arizona and Arizona State there.
That is the second longest run by a quarterback since 1960. Colin Kaepernick last year ran for 90. 87-yard touchdown run for Mariota. And he is on the move again, and he's got the run feel, and he'll slide down near a first down. Boy, Mariota is chewing up yards on the ground. And both of these quarterbacks putting up massive numbers here today in Nashville.
And I think the cool thing is, we talked to Marcus Mariota on Friday, and I asked him, well, what was your welcome to the NFL moment? And he referred to a game in Cleveland early in the year where he said he tried to run, and the gap closed up so quickly. So you learned really at a very quick stage of his NFL career that his running ability might not be quite the same as it was in college. But nonetheless, great run there with a long touchdown.
Has 118 yards of rushing today, Mariota, 7 carries. And he'll hand it to Cobb. Cobb's got room to run. Cobb just strong, moving his way across the 35-yard line to the 36.
This Tennessee Titans offense, I do think with the 2 running backs we talked about, Cobb and Andrews, they're power backs. You do need to find that other type of running back. Whether that can be Bishop Sankey, maybe it can, but they got to find a guy that's the opposite of the other 2 guys they got in Andrews and Cobb. They're power backs between the tackles. Who can be that game breaker? Who can be that third down running back that can come out of the backfield and be a pass option for Marcus Mariota? That's one thing they're missing in this offense.
And a first down for the Titans. And it's Cobb again. He runs into a wall. Jacksonville has been a very good rush defensive team. Andre Branch got the penetration and stopped the play. A little bit of a loss there for Gus Bradley's Jags. Don't forget, tonight, 60 Minutes, an investigation of students being pressured into becoming confidential informants, plus a primate closer in DNA to humans than any other on Earth. That's tonight, only CBS. Second down, 11 for Mariota and the Titans. Delaney Walker in motion. Mariota looks for him and misses him. Third down now for Tennessee. $81 points today. Only the Saints and the Giants week 8 with more points, and we're not done quite yet. Still 4:06 remaining. And no field goals, which is interesting because this game could come down to a field goal. We haven't had one of those. We had a couple of missed extra points by Jacksonville, but no field goals at this point.
Well, what will Jacksonville's defense do here? Are they going to drop into coverage? Yes, they're rushing 3.
And Mariota across the middle where he is most effective. A catch and a first down. Delaney Walker secures it. Nice gain of 17 and a first down for the Titans.
Well, Delaney Walker is just going to work the middle of the field. It's his zone coverage. He just finds the soft spot. And Marcus Mariota with people in his face once again.
First charge timeout. Jacksonville will be a 30-second timeout. With the game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 3 minutes, 54 seconds.
So
3:54, please.
Reset it to 3:54. Talk us through the timeout situation and the strategy to use those on the way to the end here.
Yeah, well, I think the big thing Gus Bradley's looking at right now, he probably wants to rest his defense a little bit. 2, he's just looking at, hey, it's a 3-point game. I want to leave my offense a chance to go down and score, whether Tennessee kicks a field goal here, either way. But nonetheless, he just wants to give his offense enough time to have a fighting chance to do something if they need it.
Well, Tennessee, just the 4th play in Jacksonville territory, had that big run by Mariota. Haven't been on this side of the field much in this half. Hand off to Cobb, and he's met behind the line of scrimmage. He'll get a short gain out of that and another timeout. Second timeout for Gus Bradley and the Jags. So you got 1 timeout remaining. The 2-minute warning is still there for Jacksonville, and Mariota go on a Michigan State type run and finish this one off.
The big decision here, in my opinion, is really more on the Tennessee Titans. Do they want to take a chance and maybe try to throw a football here? Do they want to do a little bootleg to get Marcus Mariota out on the edge to where he can find an easy completion? And if nothing's open, then he could stay in bounds and keep the clock going and try to run the football. I'm not so sure that's might what we see right here. Just something to get some cheap yards. Jacksonville's defense is going to be expecting the run. They're going to expect them to run some clock.
Second down. Just inside Jacksonville territory.
Sorry, I was going to say, look at all the people at the line of scrimmage.
And Mariota fires a strike. Walker again. And Walker will be a couple of yards short of the first down. That'll set up a huge 3rd down. Tennessee with the lead. 3-point lead and the final Jacksonville timeout. So all the timeouts are gone.
I got no problem with that. It's really going to come down to this 3rd down right here. I really like that play call by Mike Mularkey on the offensive side of the ball. Do something your offense does well. What is that? Throw it to Delaney Walker. He's the best pass catcher. Marcus Mariota, he throws those quick short throws as accurate and as quickly as anybody in football. What will they do here? I think we're going to see the run game here. Personally, we've been seeing that pulling guard a lot on 3rd and short situations. We'll see. I've been wrong most of the game. We'll see if I can be right this time.
3rd down and 3.
No, they're not going to run it. They're going to go to Delaney Walker. There we go. We'll see if I got this.
No. Play action. Mariota will run it himself. Leslie giving chase, and down he goes. So they put the ball in the hands of Mariota.
See, I'm second guessing myself now, but that was smart that Mariota stayed in bounds. That was the big thing. That keeps the clock going.
It's a 4-yard loss. Looks like Leslie was shaken up a little bit, clutching at his wrist. Fake the handoff. And Mariota wisely, so impressive too, the presence of mind to get down, keep the clock going, no timeouts left. But Jacksonville will get the ball back. Leslie looks like he's hurting on that bench. So here's a key punt coming up. Brett Kern will try to pin the Jags deep into their territory, end over end. Brian Walters with the fair catch. And a drive that will begin at the 10-yard line. 2:50 remaining in regulation. Jacksonville down 3. Well, Saturday, it's the game that stands all alone. All guts, all grit, all glory. And this year, the all-time rushing touchdown leader. The Army-Navy game. The festivities begin with college football today. It's one of the great games on the schedule every year.
Well, the big thing is this is why Gus Bradley used those timeouts. Now his offense has 2 minutes and 50 seconds. They don't have to throw the ball every play. They still got the 2-minute warning. But with all this time left, the whole field is still open. The middle of the field, they don't have to worry about throwing balls out of bounds quite yet. Just run your normal passing offense.
Bortles has been at his best down the field with big plays all year, especially today. And Bortles, that one's tipped at the line, ball in the air. Incomplete pass. We'll set up a second down. And you have to keep your thoughts on Myers as well. He's missed the 2 extra points. We haven't had a field goal try, but you got to be wondering what's going through his mind right now, with a chance to win it perhaps, or tie it, I should say. Now they're going to get to the 35.
I wouldn't think they're going to give Allen Robinson a whole lot of one-on-one opportunities. I think they're going to keep a safety over the top, and it does look that way.
There's a hot snap from Wisniewski that is caught by Walters, and the whistle blows.
The runner is ruled down by contact at the 26-yard line.
Sensabaugh touched him
Third down.
There's sure-handed receiver Brian Walters.
Well, they certainly have 2 downs. Nice accurate throw right over the middle of the field. Certainly touched by Cody Sensabaugh there.
I wonder if there was a catch and run available. Third down. Jacksonville's converted 10. Bortles cross the middle and in and out. It's incomplete. I think both players had a hand on it. Allen Robinson and B.W. Webb fighting for the football, but an incomplete pass sets up a 4th down for Gus Bradley.
Well, he definitely forced this. The one thing I would have liked to have seen him here, look to his left. They collapsed in. I think he could have maybe ran for the 1st down to his left, but don't force the issue. B.W. Webb was all over that. But be aware of scrambling lanes on 4th and 5 if you're Blake Bortles. If it opens up, use your athleticism and go get that 1st down.
He does it quite often. He's a good runner as well.
It's pressure by Tennessee.
4th and 4. Here they come. Bortles spins out. Down he goes! And a sack for the Titans. Turn it over on downs. Tennessee with 2:02 to play. Jacksonville out of timeouts. And maybe, just maybe, for the first time since last October, they're going to have a win here in their home stadium.
Well, it was an all-out blitz call by Ray Orton. That's what he does. That's his history. He's going to put the pressure on the quarterback, make him make a quick decision and a good throw. Blake Bortles wanted to go over the middle to Allen Robinson, was not open. He tried to buy some time, but of course there were just too many people around him.
The Jacksonville victory over Tennessee in Week 11 ended with a sack of Mariota to secure the game. And now Tennessee trying to return the favor. A 2-minute warning after this play. You know Tennessee wants to push one across here. Safe. Give it to Andrews. Pushes his way near the goal line. He'll be about a yard short. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. And a long time since they've been able to celebrate a win in Nashville. They're a minute and 56 away. Coming up on the Subway postgame show, JB and the guys, scores, highlights, and analysis. That's all coming up. Subway postgame show. The difference in the game, the missed extra points, 2 of them by Myers. Can't pin it all on him. There was a bad snap by Wisniewski that led to a Tennessee touchdown. And now Tennessee at Marcus Mariota trying to put this one away. Andrews comes up a little bit short. Boy, key misses. Jacksonville down 3, failing on 3 conversions, 2 on the kicks by Myers. That was the first miss that forced him to go for 2, which Jacksonville missed. And then a second miss, he hooked that one, pushed one, hooked one. Certainly a theme of this game. And you got a feel for the rookies. Having a great run with field goals, actually. Myers has actually made 15 of his last 16, but it's not been a field goal game today, and those extra points were costly.
Well, I think we're going to get a timeout from the Tennessee Titans. Good clock management by Mike Mularkey.
First timeout, Tennessee. A 30-second timeout.
Anything can happen, but It has been a long, long time. So the Titans' last win at home came October 12th, 2014 against the Jags. Jacksonville pulled within 2 points with 30 seconds left. There was an onside kick, successful. And Josh Scobie's potential game-winning 55-yard field goal blocked by Sammy Hill. Titans hung on to win. Ken Wisenhunt won 3 games as head coach of the Titans. That was one of them. And it's been 11 consecutive games without a victory, and they're hoping to end all that here today. And it would be Mariota's first home win as a quarterback. Interim coach Mike Mularkey. It'll be his second win if they finish it off.
Yeah, they're taking risk by running the ball here, certainly if they turned it over, but they want to put the game away as well.
And crazy things can happen. Big plays are going to define this game. A ton of them. 10 of them combined.
Defense.
On the defense.
Half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
Well, I certainly thought it was encroachment first as well. And it definitely was. There's no doubt about it.
Al Woods jumping across. That'll put the ball at the 1-yard line. If you're Tennessee, get greedy. It's been a long time. Mariota with huge numbers today. He's rushed for 113. He's thrown for 268. Andrews and Fowler in the backfield. Andrews has it. And he comes up short. No, not over yet. Not in the end zone.
You're right. They're going to get a chance with, under 20 seconds left, most likely. And I understand why Mike Mularkey, you could kneel the ball here and then just settle for the field goal. But I think what you just said is why he's probably scared. There's been so many big plays. He just wants to get this game over with so something fluke or something like that does not happen here in the waning seconds of the football game.
Looking for their 3rd win. Mularkey would have 2 of those.
Yep.
Got a win against New Orleans, so still has a couple of timeouts. Mularkey sitting on the clock, and I'm sure he'll call one here.
Second charge
23
timeout.
seconds
Tennessee.
remaining in regulation. And I'm sure Titans fans all over say, could you guys just make it easy on us once? Could we finish off a game? 4th quarter has been a problem for Tennessee. They were outscored in the 4th quarter by 63 points this season and gave up some turnovers. Jacksonville converted 2 turnovers into 13 points. But those big plays, the big run by Mariota, and then the fumble on the snap, recovered by Woodyard in the end zone, was the big one.
It does not look like they're going to kick a field goal either, which I think is a little surprising.
Yeah. Puts them up 6 and
make them score a touchdown. If they don't get the touchdown here, then you run the risk of maybe an Allen Robinson catching some jump type of ball down the field, and who knows what happens.
Yeah.
I would go for the field goal here and go up 6 and make Jacksonville score a touchdown to beat me.
Andrews in the backfield, along with the fullback Fowler. And Mariota's got, he's going to throw, and it's incomplete. Flag is down. Stevens, the intended receiver. Andre Branch backing coverage.
And that will be the game.
That's it.
Wow. Yes. Risky. Bad penalty.
Play action pass.
Right.
With a 3-point lead.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 90. Ball will be spotted at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, Tennessee.
Well, now they take the knee and the game will be over.
Can you imagine an interception, a fumble, a sack, all these things that go through? And look who was right there on him. Jonathan Cyprian was close. Wow, that is risky.
Yeah, and it was an obvious hold. There's no doubt about it. Andre Branch was grabbing Craig Stevens from the second he left the line of scrimmage.
And the victory formation. Kind of feel like Mularkey's a conservative guy, but he went for the jugular there. He's going to come away with a win. His first home win, the first since October of 14 for the Tennessee Titans. Back to the drawing board for Blake Bortles and the Jacksonville Jaguars as they drop to 4-8 and still the hump that exists to try to get into contention.
You got to learn to win in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. They're a team that's getting battle tested, but not quite there yet. Got to pay attention to some of the finer details to get you over the hump to become a consistent winner in this league.
Mariota was outstanding here today, running and passing. Final score 42-39 for Chris Sims. This is Brian Anderson. So long from Nashville. Coming up, the Subway postgame show. We'll take you back to New York for all the scores, highlights, and analysis. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.